Hey, friends and family from Ronny's Farm to Table. It's a mighty cold Monday morning in the Red River Valley. We have about actual temperature minus 30, and with wind chill, it should be about minus 40. So, you know what that means? You can do funky things with warm water. All became immediately steam. Yeah, so when it's that cold, sometimes there happens other funky things around the farm. Like you see that little post out there in the middle of the ice there and the snow? That's my septic tank, and that alarm went off 4 in the morning, so I had to come out here and reset it. It's basically just an electronic thing. The outlet breaks, the outlet has a tester and all that stuff, and sometimes it kicks in the breaker. So the first thing today is we have to go inside the garage and get my wife's car started, because it didn't start yesterday and she needs it today to go to work. So let's go quick in there. I had it on a trickle charger overnight. I also I'm gonna put a jumping battery box on it. So let's get that started, and then let's get over in the barn and let's see what we can do. Hey folks, we are inside the barn and it's a lot warmer in here than outside. Actually, it's a difference of over 100 degrees. Outside we have about minus 30, minus 40 wind chill, and in here we have about 70 degrees. So what a difference always to come in here. It feels so nice, and also with the humidity in here, it's so good. So the first thing that I always do when I come in here is refill the water tank here. And over here on the right side, you can see right about here is where my minimum line is, and right about there is where my maximum line is. I always want to leave a little bit of space here because the humidifier, the mister in it, it kind of bubbles up the mist, and you don't want to have it too high, otherwise there's a lot of water on the top lid. So having about halfway full ensures that they have enough space to produce the mist. So let's fill it. Hey folks, welcome in the Claire Patterson room number 1, and we have to do our tissue cloning number 2, which should be very interesting. I will be taking an adult mushroom, cut the very inner core out of it so I get the pure sample out of it, put it on an agar plate, and then on the agar plate over some time it will start to spread the mycelium again, and then I will be able to cut that up, put it in one of my grains jars that I have, the mason jars, and produce a grain spawn in there. And then once my grain spawn is ready, I will be able to put that into my substrate mix. So you see that's now 3 steps that usually involves getting me to my substrate mix. Before I kind of was just able to jump right to the grain spawn because I bought it from somebody else producing it for me. Now I'm able to do all these steps by myself with 3 steps, which is super amazing. However, I still have to figure out which way is more successful. So either I can do it in my still air box, where there's no air movement, everything is still, or I can use it running my flow hood on it with a nice sterile flow on it of air. So we have to see both. I gotta clean up everything in here. Also, me being without my mouth protection here, it's not that good. But I will sterile clean everything again, disinfect everything again before I start even working. So super excited. Let's see how it goes. And today also I will be putting the camera right above it, so you can actually see all my hand movements, what I'm cutting, how I'm filling it, what I'm opening at which time. So it should be really cool to watch for you guys. Let's get to it. here we are in the Crookston room, and I got my cloning samples done for today. I'm only gonna do one of each in the different ways, so I'm always gonna have 4 for them, and I'm gonna be doing that every single day now. So let's put them in here. I found this little cabinet. I cleaned it all out with bleach, so it's super clean and sterile, and also it has the nice airflow from the heater that's right in front of here, so we make sure that the water tank never freezes. So it's warm, dark, and they just love it. That's another set right there. Tomorrow we're gonna add a couple more, all right? Click. And it even locks too, so we are sure that nobody messes with it. Alrighty, on to the next, folks. We're almost at the end here of today's show. I just wanted to start off by showing you my meters up here. We have about 550 parts per million of carbon dioxide, and that's inside the tents right now, and that's perfectly fine. We want to be below 1,000, and my measuring apparatus is very far low in the tent, so on the bottom is where the carbon dioxide is collecting, and I get a really good measurement. So, and I have a lot of fresh air in my tents on all times. The second meter here on the left that you see, that's my relative humidity, the moisture, the mist basically, and that's set at 88.8%, and I have a fluctuation where I give it 5%, so it can go down to 83, and then my machinery kicks up and puts it back up where it's supposed to be. So everything is pretty good here, and I will take a couple pictures now from the mushrooms. I will unfortunately drop the What's Up mush section, and I know it was a lot of fun doing it, but for the safety of my mushrooms I decided to not do that anymore, where I run in there with my camera, with equipment, turn lights on and stuff, and spend several minutes in there. I just want to be as short as possible, always going in there, and I don't want to talk really in there anymore. Your mouth has its own biological diversity going on in there with bacteria, all kinds of other things, and it's good for your mouth. That keeps your mouth healthy, but it doesn't not apply to my mushrooms. I bring germs in there when I speak loud in there, and I just don't like it personally. So, however, I still will take pictures, and that's really cool because I will be able to take them from the same angle, and will be able to do it every day without exposing my mushrooms to a lot of dangers. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. It's always great to have you on my journey here of growing mushrooms, and we keep growing ourselves, the business, and we keep growing really cool mushrooms more and more. Thank you. See you tomorrow.